Trojan Felly, what's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. It's the top of the morning. I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, USC had a massive recruiting news yesterday, and it's straight up go time. It's only popping. It's only cracking. Listen, you guys already know I got the sunglasses on because it's straight up go time, man. It's only popping, and we getting ready to talk about some of the news. And yesterday, one of the big news items that came out of yesterday, of course, was the big time commitment that USC was able to secure for Sherman Arnaud. You guys know Sherman Arnaud. Let me get to his information real quick. You guys see him here with the USC football gloves on. And why is this so important? You guys know I did a video about him yesterday. It's because of Julian Lewis is his teammate at Carrollton High School in the state of Georgia. That is very, very significant news. And I saw the video yesterday when he made his commitment at the rivals table, and we saw a guy like Julian Lewis actually give him those gloves so he can represent. So look, man, I think it's locked, sealed, and delivered as it relates to Julian Lewis. You guys know I told you guys when I did a video, should USC be worried about Julian Lewis? In that video, I came to the conclusion. I said, look, I'm going to stand on what his mom said, what she told me, text me back and forth, message me back and forth, that they're coming to look for an apartment for him, I guess, and his family, that they're moving there because his sister will be going to school, elementary school in Los Angeles. So look, man, I think it's straight up go time, man. That's one news and note item. I think USC football family should be excited about some of the things that we've already heard, even with Julian Lewis and what we saw with Sherman Arnaud. That's a big time commitment. He's, according to On3, he's rated a 4-star prospect. But here's the real big one as well. This is I'm gonna tell you why this is major, and this is some intel information that I got that came from this yesterday, and I got it from Cam Fountain's mom actually. And Mama K, we call her Mama K. She was on my show, was able to interview her. But originally, Mama K is from the state of Alabama, and I talked to her yesterday. And right after this kid here, you guys know this is Cardi Smith. He just had a big time recruiting trip at USC, really got lost in the USC love sauce. And as a result, we saw this kid yesterday decommit from Auburn yesterday. He's a big time offensive tackle, 4-star prospect, and USC is absolutely in the running for him. And the crazy thing about it, as I posted it yesterday, Cam Fountain's mom texting me, messaging me back and forth, and texting me back and forth. And she said, Jay, his mom is actually from the same area where I'm from. She's been knowing Cardi's mom all her life. And she texted me and she said, it looks like it's a good chance that he's going to commit to USC. So let's keep our fingers crossed. That's a little bit of intel that I got directly from Cam Fountain's mom. Shout out to her. And I meant to put a post up saying that Cam Fountain's mom is literally, this is no joke, Cam Fountain's mom is literally one of the biggest recruiters for the USC football Trojans, man. So it's straight up go time. Big shout out to Mama K. If she watches this, she had shared that intel with me, and I definitely appreciate her. And hopefully USC is able to secure this commitment from a guy like Cardi Smith, man. It's straight up go time. So drop those comments in the comment section. You guys hit me and tell me what you guys think about big time Cardi Smith decommitting from the state Auburn University. So look, we got to move on to some other things because there were quite a few people that are kind of I guess somewhat on the verge of just flipping out because of Drake Stubbs. You guys know there's different guys from On3. Some have them going to Florida, some have them going to Miami. And I even heard with Drake Stubbs at one point, I heard him say it, when they were interviewing him, that home is a big part of, maybe possibly changing his commitment. However, I think he's still sticking with the commitment, and it does look like, he's hanging with it for right now. And I think that Arnaud commitment yesterday, because all these guys were actually at the rivals camp yesterday. It was a big time showing for guys, that, especially with the USC guys. You had guys like Gus Cordova, of course, and you had Joaquin Stewart, even though he wasn't even though he's not committed to USC. Joaquin Stewart was dominating that thing yesterday. Gus Cordova was dominating yesterday at the Rivals camp. Julian Lewis was dominating yesterday. But Stubbs, he won MVP, well, not MVP, but he got an award for I think it was the highest vertical. But this is him right here. This is a little snap of him. Let you guys see him. But he was still representing, and I'm glad about that. He was representing the University of Southern California. He said, "Hey, this is Drake Stubbs, USC." Fight on, but this is him right here.
Won the Sky High Vertical at the Rivals 5-star event. Fight on. Yeah, Drake Stubbs, USC commit, and I just won the Sky High Vertical at the Rivals 5.
All right, so that's Drake Stubbs right there. He said, "Hey, this is Drake Stubbs, USC commit. Fight on." So look, man, let's keep our fingers crossed with that. Listen, I think, as I stated before, I told you guys this the other day. I said, if USC can weather the storm with Justice Terry and Isaiah Gibson, both of those guys decommitting in 1 week, well, one day after another. I mean, that was just absolutely crazy. But I said to you guys, if USC could weather the storm, I said we're going to be okay. And what really helped today, just being in that Rivals camp and having a guy like Arnaud, connected to Julian Lewis out of the state of Georgia, they said we can't do anything with the state of Georgia. I beg to differ because we still able to do that. And it's not over for anybody. Listen, signing day, as I stated, signing day is a long ways away, all the way to December. The key thing is for us is to make sure we secure, wins this year. And Bud Elliott from CBS Sports, I brought you guys this information just the other day. Bud Elliott has USC as a sleeper team to go to the playoff. He said not to win a playoff game, but to go to the playoff. And look, man, I think even if we went to the playoffs, not saying I will lower our standards, but if we went to the playoffs, that will shock everybody. You guys know I did a video that USC is going to shock the world. I truly believe that, just given the staff that we have, there are some sleepers. And if we just win and win, very, very respectfully, I think that a lot of recruits are going to switch over because a lot of people like this staff. And hopefully the other piece is going to come together. You guys know what that piece is. We've been talking about that. I'm not going to harp on that, but hopefully the other piece comes together as well. Now, one more note. There's a big time offensive lineman. He is supposed to be, let me see if I can find his information. He is actually supposed to be making his commitment. Let me get the date correct here because I want to make sure I have it accurate. I believe it's July 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. I saw it and I didn't have it down. He just came on a USC football visit, and he's already projected to come to us. His family's already, let me see if I can find that date for you real quick. My apologies. I don't have it. Elijah Vaki, though, but he's 6'8", 345. You guys know he's out of the state of California. I believe he's going to make his commitment July 2nd. I believe that's what I saw. And so that's coming up. So that's going to be another offensive lineman that USC is able to get. And he's already projected, have major family that's already have a background with USC. So I think it's straight up go time as it relates to him as well. So the last thing, one more other thing. That came from the camp. Listen, it was some positive news yesterday that came out of this Rivals camp. Check this out. This is Pettyjohn, Riley Pettyjohn, big-time linebacker. Some have him as the number one linebacker in the country. You see him here. He has these big-time USC gloves on, and it's straight up go time. Just the fact that he had those gloves on, and he actually wore a USC sweatshirt yesterday to the Rivals camp. So look, there's a lot of positive things in spite of what the media is trying to say, in spite of the media is trying to knock USC down. USC is absolutely moving and grooving, but they're moving in silence right now. They're moving, under the radar, and a lot of people don't realize what's taking place. But for Riley Pettyjohn to have those gloves on, listen, you guys know he was a teammate of Brian Jackson out of McKinney, Texas. So look, there's a relationship there. There's some recruiting going on there. So look, man, you guys can drop those comments. That is Riley Pettyjohn, who is absolutely one of my favorites. You guys know, I said if I had a choice, actually, I was having this conversation with somebody. I asked him, I said, out of your choice, who would you have? Riley Pettyjohn, Noah McHale, or Nathaniel out of IMG Academy? My favorite would probably be Riley Pettyjohn. You guys can drop those comments. You guys can tell me what you think. And I could kind of leave the other two to kind of battle in between those two. But Riley Pettyjohn is probably my favorite out of those three. I love all of them. Don't get it twisted. If they happen to see this, it's no, I like Riley Pettyjohn. He's from the state of Texas. I like him. So you guys can drop those comments. You guys can tell me what you think. I got one more item that I want you guys to see. This was kind of not a shocker, but I think you guys will find this kind of humorous on some level, because there was something put up yesterday. It was actually the Big Ten Network. I think they put this up, and this was the Big Ten teams' last national championship, and they went in order. And you see it here. Number one is going to be Michigan. You see them 2023, Ohio State 2014, USC 2004. And then you're going to see Nebraska 1997, the University of Washington 1991, Penn State 1986. And then you're going to see Michigan State 1966. You have Minnesota 1960. You have Iowa 1958. Then you're going to have UCLA 1954. Then you're going to have Maryland, 1953, Illinois, 1927, and then you're going to have Rutgers in 1869. Now, notice at the very bottom, it says NA. That means not apply. So the teams that it doesn't apply to, as far as championships are concerned, is Oregon, 0 for 0 championships. And then you're going to have Purdue, and then you're going to have Northwestern, and then you're going to have Indiana and Wisconsin. Those are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams from the Big Ten that don't have a championship. Everybody else is well represented, except those 5 schools. And Oregon is in the middle of those schools. Can you believe that stat right there? That's unbelievable. Not even a stat, but that's those numbers right there for championships. That is unbelievable. So look, man, drop the comments in the comment section. You guys tell me what you think. Big time weekend for the USC football week for the USC football Trojans yesterday. The news was incredible. I am excited, happy. It's straight up go time. Go get your sunglasses, because the future is real bright. So listen, I'm out of here. Until later on, everybody stay blessed. Don't forget, make sure you get up, get out, and make some things happen. Until later on, fight on, fight on, fight on.